Long takes are some of the most immersive and technically demanding tools in filmmaking. By avoiding cuts, they create an uninterrupted sense of real-time action, increasing tension and audience engagement. But why do long takes have such a strong impact? The answer lies in their ability to manipulate time and space. When a scene plays out in one continuous shot, there's nowhere to hide. Instead, they remain locked in the moment alongside the characters, experiencing every second as they do. So in this video, we'll explore how long takes are used to build suspense, heighten realism, and immerse viewers in dramatic moments. A long take, also known as a oneer or a one take, is a shot that continues without a cut for an extended length of time. These shots often require precise choreography and expert cinematography to maintain visual interest and narrative momentum. Long takes can be achieved in a variety of ways. Some directors opt for handheld shots, adding a sense of raw realism and urgency. Others use Steadicam for smoother, more controlled movement, allowing for elegant, dynamic compositions. In the digital age, filmmakers can also stitch multiple shots together seamlessly, creating the illusion of a single take. The psychological effect of long takes is significant. Without cuts to relieve tension, the audience remains trapped in the moment with the characters. This technique makes the action feel more immediate, forcing viewers to experience events in real time. Alfonso Cuarón's Children of Men is well known for its masterful use of long takes to immerse viewers in a dystopian environment. One of the best examples is the intense ambush scene, where the camera moves inside and outside of the car, using multiple perspectives without a single cut. The lack of edits amplifies the unpredictability of the situation, making the audience feel as vulnerable as the characters. Later in the film, we follow the protagonist Theo passing through a refugee camp. The handheld cinematography, combined with the natural lighting and environmental chaos, creates a sense of urgency and realism. The long take not only showcases technical mastery, but also reinforces the film's bleak, unrelenting atmosphere. Sam Mendes' 1917 takes the long shot to the extreme by presenting the entire film as a seemingly continuous shot. By using hidden cuts and seamless transitions, the film follows two soldiers on a dangerous mission during World War I. This approach eliminates traditional editing, forcing viewers to experience the journey in real time. The absence of cuts removes the psychological safety net of film grammar, making every moment feel unpredictable. The tension is heightened as the audience follows the soldiers through trenches, battlefields, and collapsing buildings, never knowing what lies ahead. Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas uses a long take in a completely different way, to emphasize dominance, control, and immersion in a glamorous yet dangerous world. The famous Copacabana shot follows Henry Hill and his date as they enter the nightclub through the back entrance, weaving through kitchens and hallways before emerging in front of the stage. Unlike Children of Men and 1917, this long take doesn't build tension through danger, but through confidence. It immerses the audience in Henry's world, making them feel part of his effortless rise to power. However, the unbroken nature of the shot also foreshadows the eventual loss of control he will experience later in the film. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is another excellent example of long takes being used to create tension and unease. The film's extensive use of Steadicam shots, particularly the shots following Danny as he rides his tricycle through the eerie hallways of the Overlook Hotel, heightens the film's unsettling atmosphere. These long takes lure the audience into an almost hypnotic rhythm, making the sudden movements of horror even more jarring. The use of this technique also enhances Jack Torrance's psychological descent, trapping the viewer in his growing madness. Kubrick's meticulous approach to long takes ensures that every frame has an eerie sense of anxiety, making The Shining one of the most unsettling horror films of all time. Alejandro González Iñárritu's Birdman is another film that appears to be a single continuous take, blending multiple long takes together through seamless digital transitions. The cinematography is a parallel to the flow of live theatre, creating an intense and immersive experience for the audience. By avoiding cuts, Birdman builds a sense of claustrophobia and relentless momentum, much like its protagonist's psychological descent. The technique reinforces the film's themes of artistic struggle and existential crisis, making it a crucial storytelling device rather than just a stylistic gimmick. Another Alfonso Cuarón film, Gravity, opens with a breathtaking 12-minute long take in outer space. This uninterrupted sequence establishes the film's sense of isolation and realism. The camera floats with the astronauts, mimicking their weightlessness and making the audience feel as they too are floating in space. By foregoing cuts, the film amplifies the suspense and unpredictability of the action, making every moment feel more immediate. The long take forces viewers to experience the helplessness of Sandra Bullock's character, adding to the film's intensity and isolation. Alejandro González Iñárritu's following film, The Revenant, also makes heavy use of long takes, particularly in its opening battle sequence. The unbroken camera movement captures the brutality of combat in the wilderness, making the audience feel like they are right in the middle of the action. The infamous bear attack scene is another example. It's executed in a way that feels excruciatingly real. The lack of cuts prolongs the horror, forcing the audience to witness every agonizing moment. The immersive nature of these long takes also adds to the survivalist themes within the film. Park Chan-wook's Old Boy features one of the most iconic long takes in action cinema, the hallway fight scene. Shot in a single take, the sequence follows the protagonist as he battles a group of enemies through a narrow corridor. Unlike traditional action sequences filled with quick cuts, the lack of them emphasizes the brutal physicality and exhaustion of combat. The lack of edits keeps the fight grounded and realistic, making it feel raw and relentless. Long takes is one of the most stylistic but also powerful tools in all of cinema, by the way they're used to create tension, immersion, and authenticity. By removing the comfort of cuts, long takes force audiences to experience the raw intensity of a moment, making them one of the most unforgettable techniques in all of filmmaking. Whether used for suspense, immersion, or emotional impact, long takes continue to push the boundaries of cinematic storytelling.